Welcome into JambarTV. I'm Monica Kurjan.
And I'm Krista Ritz.
Today we're bringing you the latest in news, arts, and sports, so stay tuned.
Welcome to JambarTV. This is your student news.
Wednesday, YSU sent an email to students announcing an on-campus vaccination clinic in the Beagley Center. The announcement comes just a week after Governor DeWine expanded vaccine eligibility to all Ohioans 18 and older. Students, faculty, staff, and family members are eligible. YSU partnered with the Youngstown City Health District to offer 800 appointments across 2 days. Appointments for Tuesday, March 30th, filled within hours. But the Director of Environmental and Occupational Health and Safety said YSU is prepared to handle the demand.
We're looking right now at about 800 that we could service, but if registration fills up quickly, we can expand that based on the health department, the number of vaccines that they have available to them.
Though YSU is currently only offering the Moderna vaccine, the department hopes to eventually offer a clinic with the Pfizer vaccine, which is the only version approved for those 16 and older.
It's tax season. Williamson College of Business Administration offers free tax assistance to students, international students, and community members. Sessions in Williamson Hall remain for international students only. The 2 remaining days are March 27th and April 3rd. Masks, social distancing, and a scheduled appointment are necessary.
We're still taking precautions this year. So we're not doing face-to-face with the client. They drop off their documents and then we call them if we have any questions. So they never stay on campus.
Remote tutoring is now a normal way for tutors to help YSU students. Like most other programs, it had to adapt quickly to the pandemic. The Jambar dove into the changes to the on-campus programs.
The Writing Center has always offered online appointments for students. It recently merged with the Language Learning and Resource Center, which had to transition to make sure it could offer online appointments as well as schedule for in-person appointments.
We'll meet students where they are because at both facilities, if somebody still feels more comfortable using the phone and calling in, right, we'll do that too. So kind of whatever will work best.
The Center for Student Progress also adapted tutoring to remote format.
Now that everyone's kind of adjusted, a WebEx, Zoom, being online is really become the norm, and everyone's developed a comfort level.
Some tutors, like Italian tutor Gianna DeLuca, miss in-person aspects.
I need that in-person connection. I'm sure it's definitely more convenient, I think, for a lot of people to do it online. They can do it in the comfort of their own homes. But for me, I like to connect with people when I'm teaching them. I like to have a physical whiteboard. I like to have them in the tutoring room with me. I feel like it's a better environment.
One of the major differences between sororities and fraternities on campus is housing. While each fraternity has a dedicated house, sororities on campus do not have shared housing. Multiple factors impact this, including costs. It's up to the National Panhellenic Council to set up housing standards for all sororities. Carrie Anderson, who oversees Greek life on campus, explains.
Their national president's sign. So you're not talking here at Youngstown State University, you're talking at the national level that they sign off on this agreement. And basically what they want is that they want housing for all 4 chapters that are currently on the campus, or nobody has a house. There are hopes and dreams of someday having housing opportunities on our campus. So, I believe that each of our chapters has kind of a housing fund that kind of, pays a little bit toward it.
Zeta Tau Alpha was the last sorority to have housing back in the early 2000s. She said that although they don't have the opportunity for communal housing now, the sororities are hopeful it can happen one day.
After last year's cancellation, the Body Positive Everybody Fashion Show is back and more fabulous in a new location. Instead of the Chestnut Room, the show will be held at the Youngstown Foundation Amphitheater. The show will follow Ohio Health Department guidelines with temperature checks at the amphitheater entrance and enforcement of masks for the show. Seating will be assigned.
We definitely had to do a big pivot and switch to an outdoor venue so that everyone can feel safe in attending and participating. And we've been really fortunate that everything has really been coming together.
The show will begin at 6 p.m. on April 28th.
Sports are finally returning, and so is sportswear at YSU. As fans fill the stands, we're seeing a bump in the desire to rep their favorite teams. Diane Jones, owner of Jones & Associates, says sales decreased during the start of the pandemic, but now are on the rise. Jones's Austintown store and others in the area say online sales helped them through the dry period caused by COVID-19.
We've seen a definite uptick in the teams that are better planning this year. They're better able to plan this year because they're fairly certain that they will have a good season. And so we've gotten a lot more teams coming in to order uniforms.
Other local stores carrying spirit wear like Select Sportswear and the on-campus Barnes & Noble have seen similar upticks.
After the delay of the football season last semester canceled homecoming, YSU finally crowned homecoming king and queen during halftime. Seniors Avery Howard and Brooke Schaefers were crowned at the homecoming game last Saturday. Howard was nominated by the Student Government Association, and Schaefers was nominated by the Dana Tuba Euphonium Society.
This whole experience has made me reflect on my last 4 years. Kind of sad and kind of emotional. Also kind of telling of all the hard work that I think we've both done.
Being on that court was equally deserving of it too. So when they announced my name and having all my friends in the stands and my mom and my brother there, it was just so surreal.
Classrooms and field work look different for healthcare students this semester. Trainings transitioned to online formats and fieldwork shifts and adapted to alternative assignments to meet their education requirements during the pandemic.
During the pandemic, healthcare students have dealt with things like changing requirements, online clinicals, and more during the pandemic. Jeffrey Allen, the dean of the Batante College of Health and Human Services, said while there have been a lot of difficulties, there have also been positive outcomes.
All the same sort of didactic and clinical instruction that you would have 2 years ago before this happened. But now you're also learning to be maybe more nimble in the face of a public health crisis.
Daniel Van Dussen, the director of long-term care and gerontology at YSU, said that while there were initial changes during the pandemic, students have adapted.
Initially, I had one or two who couldn't finish in the spot that they were placed, but the others, they got hired in as paid interns because they were desperately needed for staffing levels within the long-term care facility. So a silver lining is they were able to really get an immersive experience that they wouldn't otherwise get.
Up next, Thomas Kushner brings us YSU's latest coronavirus cases.
I'm inside Beagley Center, where you heard earlier will be the on-campus vaccine clinic next week. This week, Youngstown State University reported just 2 cases of COVID-19 for the week of March 14th. This is the lowest number of cases reported in a week this semester. Both cases are students.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa and I'm YN proud.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Hey kid, you wanna try some exercise?
Wait, what? What's going on right now?
Yeah, man, exercise.
I don't know. I don't know if I should even be talking to you right now.
It's got lots of benefits.
Okay.
The benefits of exercise include increased levels of energy, higher quality of sleep, better muscle and bone strength, improved memory, and clearer skin.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Abigail Cloutier here with Caitlin Risley, who is an event coordinator for Gwins Against Cancer. So, Caitlin, what has it been like to work with Gwins Against Cancer during the pandemic?
The pandemic definitely came on us very fast. Last year, we were about only a couple weeks out from our main event, so we had to switch everything virtual very, very fast. No one knew anything that was going to happen, but we were able to pull it off and make it work, and it was amazing last year. So this year, we were very excited. We still get to make an impact for our survivors that are signed up for our event and be able to have them come the day of and participate with us.
Yeah, absolutely. And how have your events throughout the year and your fundraising efforts changed?
Our fundraising efforts, we started with a way higher number than what we have now for our goal. We actually had to cut our goal in half, which is all right because we're going to definitely make it, and it makes our event more exciting. Our events so far, we have to put limits on everything, which sucks, but we have to do what we have to do. We definitely have, we have to have signups beforehand, which makes a lot more work for our people, but we're willing to do whatever we can in order to just have the event in person.
And it's a tradition for you guys every year to have a fundraising event for Relay for Life and do events surrounding that. So this year, how does that look?
So this year, we definitely have a lot less in-person fundraisers that we're doing. Normally at our big main event, we have food stands that are coming and people can buy raffle baskets. That was one of the biggest things is raffle baskets. How are we gonna make that happen and not have it in person? And we're gonna lose a lot of revenue from food stands there the day of. But we were able to actually have a lot of fundraisers happen this year with t-shirt sales or Texas Roadhouse rolls or pint cards and chocolate fundraisers. So we're very fortunate that we can still do a lot of things, and it doesn't look the same as it used to, but luckily all the partners that we have make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. And how could students, if they're interested, get involved with Gwins Against Cancer?
If they want to get involved, they can always find us on Facebook or Instagram or email us at ysugwinsagainstcancer@gmail.com. We are always open to having more people on the team or just participate at our event. Hopefully soon we'll have our sign-up sheet go out for people to come the day of and participate.
Okay, great. And I know there are a lot of moving parts that go into something this big. So what are some of the different roles and organizations that people can serve in?
So we have our event this year broken up into 4 different categories. So we have a Build the Fund committee, a Bring the People committee, a Fund the Mission committee, and a logistics committee. So I'm the event lead for Build the Fund, so we plan all the activities and the ceremonies leading up to the event and the day of the event. Bring the People is all about recruitment and survivors and making sure everybody knows what's going on at all times. Fund the Mission has everything to do with fundraising and the money. They are in charge of every single penny and where it's going and how it's being used. And then logistics does everything on our website, on our social media. They set up things through Kilcawley services and the reservations for rooms and stuff. So there's 4 main things, or you can just be a general member or just a general participant who just comes and fundraises and just has fun the day of.
Okay, awesome. And what is your favorite part about serving in your role?
My favorite part, I feel like there's two. So one of them is just making all the friends that I've made. The people that I've met in this organization are so nice and so kind and so supportive, and they are so driven for the same goal. The other thing is making a difference in our community. One of our advisors actually has a son who's going through treatment right now, and to like be able to see the impact that we have on him and like just to make his day just even a little bit better is amazing. So just being able to see the impact that we have on each person really helps.
That's fantastic. And when are your dates for Relay for Life, your big event in April?
So our main date is going to be April 17th from noon to 8 p.m. in the Watts Center here on campus. We're going to have a couple events leading up that week, such as tie-dyeing t-shirts and stuff. But the main day is going to be April 17th.
All right, great. Thank you so much. I think that's all the time we have for today. But next up, Douglas Campbell will bring us our student life news.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm Y and proud.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud. You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa and I'm Y and proud.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Douglas Campbell. Bliss Hall is slowly but surely filling with the sound of music. YSU's Contemporary Ensemble is recording in person after weeks of meeting online. The group hopes to perform live in the near future. Haley Rodjensky sat down with the group to talk about their difficulties during COVID-19.
Being in groups like YSU's Contemporary Ensemble teaches students many new things and prepares them for careers as musicians. The ensemble is beneficial because, unlike other music programs, it doesn't stick to one genre of music.
One of the really nice things about the Contemporary Ensemble is the fact that we aren't really pinholed into one specific genre. So we've played anything from blues to rock, some pop stuff.
While the Contemporary Ensemble students have an advisor, he says they are primarily independent. Director John Anthony finds it fitting to leave leadership tasks to students.
Watching them grow in the sense of being able to take a lot of leadership in this group. This is not a group where I am going to be necessarily in charge of every single move or every single direction that we do. And the students that we've had, and we've had for 2 years, I've been very lucky to see a lot of leadership grow, and a lot of the work that normally maybe a ensemble director would do has been kind of placed on them.
The group doesn't yet have much experience with live performances.
First semester we started, our ensemble did perform several concerts. During the second half of the second semester, we were fortunate enough to play one, and then everything got shut down by COVID, and we kind of transitioned to an online setting.
YSU's art department partnered with the Youngstown Historical Center of Industry and Labor to bring a piece of Valley Steel history to campus. Thomas Leary's Curation 2 class is researching the coke-making process within steel mills for a virtual exhibit. Coke is the product of heated coal in low oxygen conditions and was used as industrial fuel.
I have felt for some time that the coke-making part of the entire steel industry is underrepresented here in the museum in the current exhibit that we have.
The class plans to finish the virtual exhibit by the end of this semester. It will be available to view on the Youngstown Steel Museum's page under Exhibits and Projects. Your professor may never cross your mind outside the classroom or homework assignments, but most were once students just like you. English professor Stephen Reese nurtured his passion for English literature and poetry in college. Today, he's a published poet. His works tackle many different themes in many different styles.
I have a couple of sons, so there are poems about them. But then it ranges to a lot of different concerns. Some of them quasi-political maybe, some are about language, some are about poetry itself.
Reese said he's grateful for all the opportunities he has at YSU as both a professor and writer. After the break, Ben Lulai and Kyle Wills dive into the homecoming weekend, soccer, and more, so stick around.
The communication department is much more than media or delivering a speech. The YSU Communication Department offers programs in telecommunication, journalism, and communication studies. We inspire creativity. We encourage each student's passion. We explore new and advanced technologies that connect the human race. The communication programs at YSU ensure that every student is prepared and experienced for the outside workforce, for life after YSU. Join the Jambar and find your voice when you tell the next big story. Become a host of Rookery Radio and gain hands-on experience, or get involved with TV productions like Light the Wick, Penguin Rundown, and JambarTV. YSU's communication department is much more than a department, an education, or a degree. It's a home for passionate individuals, for students to find and pursue what they love.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm Y and proud.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared, and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Ben Lulai alongside Kyle Wills. YSU football broke out of their 4-game slump, winning the homecoming game 28-10. Jambar reporter Joy Bortnott dives into the strategies that brought the Penguins success.
YSU football won their first game last Saturday against South Dakota. Coach Phillips talked about how proud he was of his team.
I'm just happy for the
without YSU equipment staff. They're hard at work during this unprecedented spring season. With over 10 athletic teams competing this semester, the workload is hectic for assistant equipment manager Tim Gallo.
It's been challenging. It's the workload has been a little bit extra, but I've got some good workers, student help working for me and stuff. So it's been challenging, but it's been going okay.
The Penguin staff is led by 10 student equipment managers. Head manager Alvy Armstrong says the job would be impossible without them.
But they're an immense help to me.
You know, they get here at 7 in the morning. Without the students, the job would be undoable.
Youngstown State University's women's soccer is fighting for results, despite being unable to play until February. The team has a young core of players developing at a steady pace. Wednesday, the Penguins played IUPUI. The fixture ended in a 0-0 draw. We sat down with sophomore forward Marcella Sizer to discuss her role on the pitch.
I really do like the number 9 spot. I've had I have more ideas and tools I can use now that I'm a sophomore. I like coming to the ball more. Like last year, I was just kind of looking for through balls and balls to run on, but I like coming into the midfield and getting the ball and being able to turn to play Obbs and Kendra up.
Catch their last home game against Robert Morris on Monday, April 5th.
Following the cancellation of the 4-game series against Detroit Mercy, the softball team played a doubleheader last weekend. They dropped both games against St. Francis on Saturday. They traveled to take on the Dayton Flyers on Sunday and split the doubleheader. The women then returned home Tuesday to sweep Northern Kentucky. The team will play Purdue-Fort Wayne in 2 more doubleheaders this weekend, one today and one tomorrow. First pitch for today is at 3 p.m., while tomorrow's game tees off at 1.
This week in YSU sports history, we highlight YSU baseball's second Horizon League Tournament championship. The Penguins were the last team standing at the 2014 Horizon League Tournament, reeling off 4 wins in 4 days. Their road to a tournament title started with a 7-3 win over Valparaiso, powered by a 3-hit performance from senior Phil Lipari. The Penguins then defeated regular season champion Wright State 7-1, led by a complete game by freshman pitcher Jeremy Quinlan. YSU punched their ticket to the tournament final by topping Milwaukee 11-5, with the team recording 15 hits. The Penguins faced familiar opponent Wright State in the final, trailing 4-3 in the top of the 9th. YSU plated 2 runs and won 5-4. By winning the tournament title, YSU earned the program's second bid into the NCAA tournament. So, Kyle, speaking about Wright State, that's who YSU baseball nowadays are playing.
Well, yeah, this past weekend they had a very successful weekend against St. Bonaventure, including a 20-plus run performance on Sunday, which is very impressive. And going into the weekend like this, where they're playing a tough opponent like Wright State, they're really going to need to muster some of those runs.
Yeah, last time YSU faced Wright State, got swept, but they were definitely competitive games. I think the sweep of St. Bonaventure, especially that 22-run performance by them on 21 hits, definitely going to bode well for the Penguins moving forward.
Well, that'll wrap it up for JambarTV. For all the stories and more, make sure to check out the paper. And until next time, stay safe, Penguins.
Support for JambarTV is provided in part by the YSU Foundation and the Jane F. Lamb Charitable Foundation. Thank you.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex, and I'm Y and proud.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University, and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa, and I'm Y and proud.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared, and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.